deck building games have seen a huge increase in popularity, especially after the discovery of Slay the Spire and how good that game is. Now on the mobile platform, I feel like the touchscreen controls really lend themselves well to the deck building genre, and we've seen a huge surge of games in this genre on the App Store as of late. Now there's a lot of them to sift through. One of the new ones, or the newer ones, is Comix Breaker. Let's get right into it. Comix Breaker might have one of the most polished art styles I have ever seen. If you just think of comics or a comic and what that would look like in your mind, this is exactly what it looks like. So much personality, and all of the animations are so fluid and smooth, and the sound effects, everything about it just feels like a Disney movie or some high quality Pixar film. I don't know how to describe it, but this game looks and feels and sounds good. Comix Breaker's gameplay is a different story though. Now, with its gameplay, it doesn't really set itself apart from other deck building games that are already on the App Store. Everything you've seen in other games are here, where you're playing through stages and you're playing through levels, and those can consist of enemies that you need to defeat, or choices where you can take cards out of your deck, put them in, buy cards, get healed, equip your character and stuff. Now there is consistent progression in between these levels, or comic books is what they're played as, and you play from beginning to end of these comic books, and once you complete them, then you're able to outfit your character with stuff and consistently add or take away from your deck in between runs. So this isn't a roguelike deck building game, so to speak, but more on the side of a deck building game. Now, I am disappointed with the gameplay itself because the art and visuals and everything is just top notch, but what is here is just a normal deck building game with nothing thrown into the mix to set itself apart from others, which is super unfortunate, but what is here is solid and it's okay. Another thing that disappoints me about Comix Breaker is the game's monetization model. Now this is free to play, however, the deck building genre doesn't need all of these complicated monetization systems thrown into the mix. It just overcomplicates a simple genre to understand, in my opinion, and it's just not needed, and there's just so much free to play shenanigans here, and it really affects the gameplay in the long term. This game feels much grindier than other deck building games, which is unfortunate because it's not boring. It's still fun. It's just that you get burnt out from these monetization systems, or at least that's what happened to me. Alright, in a nutshell, Comix Breaker is a very polished game when it comes to its visuals and its sound design. It is one of the best, if not the best, I've ever seen in the genre on mobile, and that really sets itself apart from other games on the App Store. However, its gameplay is pretty generic and it doesn't really do anything of its own to really set itself apart from other card games in the genre, and I think the monetization model really inhibits a lot of this game's potential, which is really unfortunate, but it's free, you have nothing to lose, so if you've liked anything that you've seen or that you've heard, definitely check it out, but just be aware that in the long run, it's going to be really grindy, and the monetization systems kind of rear their ugly heads the longer you play. Alright guys, those are my first impressions and review of Comix Breaker. The links to the game are in the description down below. Leave a like and pop a sub if this helped you out or if you enjoyed. And thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It really means a lot. Now, I also stream mobile games on Twitch. The link to that is in the description down below as well. And pop that follow. I stream every Monday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time and occasionally every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'd really love to see you guys in the chat. Let me know you came from the YouTube and it would make my day. I hope you guys are staying safe and take it easy.